Hi, welcome back to VeloNews TV. I'm Neil Rogers at the Amgen Tour of California. We're here at the start of Stage 6 in Santa Barbara with BMC rider Scott Nydam. Scott, I know taking the KOM jersey back from Jackson the way it happened probably wasn't the way you wanted to, but at the same time, 2 stages left, you are leading. Talk about the next couple days and talk about taking the jersey the way you did.
You can't deny it. I mean, cycling's a team effort, and the fact that I'm in the jersey, and really it's Jackson's jersey right now. He took the most points on the road. It's just another statement that this is all a team effort, and it would have been whether or not I had all the points or not. So I'm proud to wear the jersey. It's our team's jersey. So we're gonna go out there and defend it, make sure we seal the deal for all of our behalf.
Yeah, we've already seen you out in the break on Stage 2, again on Stage 3. I want to ask you a little bit about what motivated you to go back out on the offensive on Stage 3, but I guess my first question to what you just said is, do you have it in you after the hard day down through Big Sur into San Luis Obispo time trial yesterday? Do you have it in you to get back out in the break and try to go after those points today and tomorrow?
I've had a long winter training, and I think that's one thing that's given me the confidence to. I mean, coming into Santa Rosa on the first stage, I didn't have the legs, and I felt coming off of Qatar and the lead up into California, I felt like I dug myself a little bit of a hole, and it's like I need to fill it in with something. So the best thing I could do from a team is be aggressive. We have, Alex Mose and a number of guys sitting in real strong for finishes as well as GC. So there's no reason for me not to hit up the road. And on that third day, I had good legs, and it felt like the right thing to do. And sometimes, the best time to hit them is right after you hit them once. So we're just staying in the theme of riding aggressively, trying not to ride fear-based, but ride like we belong at this race. And I think we've proven that we do. Yesterday I rode a respectable race for myself, just kept pressure on the pedal, so I think I got some recovery in yesterday, and the long day coming up down the coast was a long day, but heart rate didn't get too high that whole day, so I feel when you add up the last 2 days, I'm feeling actually pretty fresh, maybe better than I did when we started the tour. So
wow, that's amazing. One last question. I know I've read a little bit about your father, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about that. Tell people who aren't familiar with the situation what's happened and how that's how that's affected you.
It's kind of like got blindsided by it a couple weeks prior to California. My dad got diagnosed with an acute form of leukemia. So he has cancer in the bone marrow, and then he also had a really low. He had a bone marrow deficiency, so he wasn't creating white blood cells. So he's really susceptible to infection, and all of a sudden, on top of this, he had cancer. So all of a sudden, going into Tour California, my dad was undergoing his first round of chemo, and also in this window of time where he had no ability to fight off infection. So the thought of possibly losing my dad, as well as at the same time trying to keep my head strong about going into this race that I've been training in Northern California for since the end of October with this race in mind, trying to hold all that together and keeping life all in one piece going into this race. It was definitely something I had to punch through, and and I think I came to a conclusion not too long before the start of the race with my director Gavin Chilcott that it's actually kind of an accentuated time where riding your bike means more, and it means more to my family because it's a display that I need to fight and keep my position in the races, and every day is going to be a battle. And we realize all of a sudden, especially with my dad fighting his illness, that he's under a 6-month stage race right now, and we need to be his support. So that's the basis. That's why I'm here. It fits in well with the team. I mean, we have this concept with Andy Reese, our sponsor, with BMC, has collaborated with ASOS, and they're coming up with this Squadra Mundo concept of like everybody who loves to ride a bike and has a joy of riding the bike can do this, and this team will just be a test factory, an example of what everyone else can do in their daily lives. So that, as well as my dad being treated with Amgen drugs to help his white blood cells, is just like all of a sudden my world seemed really tight knit, and that's probably why I went up the road again the third day, because it's just like another day, another fight, and there's no getting out of it.
So I imagine you'll be visiting with your dad shortly after this race, and I'm sure he'll be looking forward to having a KOM jersey as a gift.
Yeah, he'll look good in bed with KOM jersey, so that would be good.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot for your time.
Thanks, Neil.